Well, we're back to Heroes Lounge, game number 1 of the best of 3 series today, as we are looking for Teamplay OP and the Bobby Kotick fan club. So, on the left side, map number 1, being Volskaya Foundry, we have here in Division 1 of Heroes Lounge, NoPro on Whitemane, Musteka on Kerrigan, Timothy on Sonya, A-Ray on Garrosh, and Edelchris on Lunara. So, Whitemane and a Kerrigan in the same lineup. I already like this one. Over on the right side, we got Virtual on Blaze, Nato on Lucio, we got Ixia on Zarya, Romux on Vala, and Malganir on Tyrael. Alright, so we immediately get a Vala composition with Zarya, and Vala is the only range damage dealer, besides Zarya herself, but still goes into a multi-shot build. So on this map, honestly, I could have absolutely seen them going into an auto-attack style. We've seen this a few times now when you're going for a solo real damage dealer. And especially with the added support of Zarya, you could have definitely argued that you can go into an auto-attack style, especially since Tyrael can also provide an additional shield. Now, if this ends up with a lot of bunch-up fights over the objective, then of course multi-shot can also easily be stacked and will have a huge amount of damage towards the later stages of the game. So we'll see how much they can get out of this. But for now, it's just a bit of a skirmish in the middle of the map, and the blue team is willing to help them out here with some extra stacks. Now, the 1 minute mark is gonna be hit in just a second, which means that the camps are gonna spawn, so it's all about the items after that. And for anybody that is like wondering, this is Division 1 in Heroes Lounge. This is currently the highest division that exists in Heroes Lounge, the amateur scene, the league in Europe, where you have in total 7 divisions, and you find pretty much anything there, from ranging from bronze in Division 7 all the way up to tournament players that regularly win prize money tournaments. I mean, again, Hazops is, for example, playing, some former HGC players just playing in there for fun. Darkmok, for example, signed up for this season. We've had Nomi the other day playing there as well. But yeah, so you find pretty much everything in the league, and in Division 1 in particular. Some of the best players in Heroes of the Storm are playing. Albeit it's a little bit different, since this is not really a prize money competition, so a lot of the guys are just playing for fun with friends. And that sometimes results in some crazy comps too. Now, quick kills here from the red team, as they are really dominating on that fight over the turret, and the timing was just absolutely glorious for the fan club. So they were able to take down 3. They stole the additional item, didn't lose a single hero, and have now taken a lead in experience and also talents. So, off to a very, very good start here. Vala looking at 8 stacks. The team could also easily go for the added healing beacon, or at least they could have, but they delayed this a little bit. But that was a really nice invade, and it can just really show how good it is if you have proper timing around any of these camps. The blue team was just a little bit too late, and therefore the red team could move from one to another. We now got the Thirst for Battle on level 4, so no dominant here taken by Garrosh. A little bit of a different setup here. Top side, another kill looming on the horizon, but they are able to walk away. So Whitemane survives. The rest of the team is moving in, so it's a 5-man at the top lane for the blue team. Blaze all alone at the bottom of the map, rotating over towards the middle for added experience, as Lucio gets murdered all the way up at the top. Alright, so at least they are showing some signs of life here, getting 1 kill in. Nobody has taken care of the healing beacon in the meantime, so this item is still up for grabs if any of the teams would decide to go for it. Traditionally, when you're talking about Volskaya Foundry and the objective timing, you kind of want to have a level 7 for that. So the fan club is in a really good position, because they are now looking at the extra talent over the blue team. They can therefore then start taking the checkpoint and probably take a little bit of a lead here, but they are late to the party. So Teamplay OP is currently looking at a 35% advantage. Is still holding this, by the way. And all of this happening while they are soaking on the side lanes for level 7. So they're actually doing a fantastic job, considering that they were behind in experience. Now, they need to make sure that they're not going to lose anyone here now. And hey, Ray. Okay. Well, A-Ray, the little brother of X-Ray, is currently in a spot where he at least survived, but he needs a little bit more healing. They are at 63%, but they finally had to yield the position to the fan club. In regards to talents, we have in level 7 now the Boundless Fury. We're getting the Oppressor here for our boy Garrosh. Hot pursuit with the 16 stacks to Vala's name, and Tyrael has to jump out as he is quickly assailed by 4 heroes. So it seems like everybody is really just chipping in now on the objective. Everybody wants the Protector. Once again, Garrosh in a bit of trouble all the way up at the front here, but they are retaking the spot. And now, of course, it's again about the items. And the blue team is not quite as diligent as their opponent in taking these. That was a very nice flip on the other hand. Ixia immediately using the turret as he realizes that he's not going to survive this. So they are getting a kill, and that puts them in a pretty decent spot as long as they can keep Garrosh alive, which might not happen, but it does or not. 7 hit points. Yes, I like it. My man with a spray. It's a little bit of a disappointing one going full standard on us here, but that he survived the RNG of the arrow was definitely nicely played out. 7 hit points towards the end. Calculated for sure. Now they are still a little bit behind in experience. It's half the level of elite that the fan club has, and of course they haven't given up yet on taking the objective. It's still a fierce battle over the position with a 5 versus 5 here. And it helps Vala to get additional stacks. She already completed her quest on level 1, but now she's also trying to get even more damage on those hits in. So she's sitting at 28 stacks right now. Quick attack against Tyrael as Malganir is about to fall, and he dies. Malganir down, the blue team claims the Protector, and they go for a second kill as Vala gets absolutely crushed and kicked on the other side of the map. Now, back in the days, when you took the Protector here, you always were trying to get towards the top lane. The goal was always to try and take the fountain down, so that for the next objective you had a better stance. But now that you cannot take these fountains down any longer and you have to kill the fort itself, that doesn't make as much sense anymore. So that rotation towards the top, you can still do it obviously, but it doesn't give you as much as it did previously. Opening up the wall still helps on the other hand, so if your opponent is starting to retreat a little bit, they don't have that safety any longer available. Oh, quick kill here! Both teams with the level 10 abilities, and damn son, Carrigan is going on a tear. Malganir dying on Tyrael here, but he's not the only one. This time he's in really good company as Lucio, Vala and also Zarya have all fallen to the wrath of Teamplay OP. And the blue team is absolutely crushing it here. Not only is Carrigan pressuring the top lane, but they're busy in the middle as well. These guys are absolutely going for it right now. And they're doing a great job. They were initially behind by 3 kills, but now we have 8 kills to their name. And the fan club hasn't taken a single one since the early game. So the fort falling also removes the fountain top side, which means the next objective will very likely be much easier for them. Well, Garrosh is still fighting this one out, and I gotta say, there's a kill as Carrigan comes in again, so the red team just overstaying their welcome a little bit as they were looking for the kill. They might lose even more here, and indeed they do. Lucio gets crushed, the bunker dropped, but they are in dire straits. As we say in professional circles, they're in deep shit right now. They're losing not only Zarya, but also Blaze. Now Tyrael, the only survivor. And, well, we get even a lead, by the way, here that we've already had employed by Sonya, so she's already yelling around. But they're crushing it. I mean, absolutely crushing it now. 12 kills to 3. The game is completely flipped here. On the damage output, we have the 22,000 for Vala, which keeps her in the driver's seat for the red team. But then again, when you're looking over towards the blue team, they have now 26,000 on Lunara herself. And yeah, it's a bit bonkers, honestly. Now, there's a lot of layered defenses for the fan club. I mean, not only do they have the bunker, but they also have the sanctification of Tyrael. But currently, things are not really working out for them. So, normally you would talk about that layered defense where you can really just use one after the other. And if you time it properly, you have, especially in choke points, a lot of survivability. But that absolutely backfired in this case. So, they definitely need to coordinate those moments a little bit better. As it stands, Teamplay OP is true to their name. We got the Chrysalis now, no escape for Sonya, and they're doing a little bit better with items that they're trying to control. Not only do we have a healing beacon and a turret, they're also getting a second one. So item control is definitely looking really good for them. And the objective can be claimed soon. Tyrael needs to be careful, and yeah, that's not quite what I mean with careful. I don't think he's gonna make it. Gets the shield out, gets some heals, he might make it after all. Nah, I'm just kidding. Tyrael dies, so he's out, didn't use Sanctification either. Didn't want to drop the cooldown, I suppose. Yeah, the Ultalisk misses, the stun on apply, but they're still pushing them back here. Control point is about to unlock. That's a 2-level gap now for Teamplay OP. And they are definitely showing the franchise where the door is up to this point. So, the Bobby Kotick fan club, yeah, they're doing exactly... Well, they're having a bit of a problem. It's level 16 that's going to come in soon. So currently they're employing the French defense and just run away as soon as they're seeing any resistance, and they should, because right now they have no real leg to stand on. Or so I thought, and then this little attack comes out. There's no level 16 yet. Ixir's about to go down on the other hand. Ixir, yeah, white main died, the blue team losing one, but Zarya is also gonna get killed here, I hope. And yes, she is. The fight in the middle, on the other hand, is still continuing, and yeah, Lunara gets out of the battle. Level 16 is by now available to the blue team. Seems like Tyrael gets away, and indeed he does, but the extra talent is of course now giving Teamplay OP a lead in all of this. Yeah, it's a pretty entertaining one here. Blue team should take control over the checkpoint if they want to get the next objective. We have Vala at 39 stacks at this point in time. Again, she is getting more scaling together here, so these initial hits are going to be pretty important in the late game when you can absolutely crush it here. We'll see how much she can do with this. Also always thinking about potential waves that can be destroyed. Vala hasn't caught up yet with Lunara. Question is if she ever will. There's a lot of poke damage that Lunara can throw out now. Has chosen to go into leap, as you've already seen in the previous fights. A little bit of repositioning definitely helping them here. But we also have a 2-level advantage with the talent lead, which means that the red team has absolutely no incentive to go for the objective. So it seems like they're just going to give this one up. There's little to do now. Kerrigan, the only one in this entire game, by the way, that hasn't died yet. So she's still at 0 deaths. Has been absolutely crucial for a lot of these teamfight victories, not only with her stun combos, but also with her ability to just get glued to a hero and chase him down, which she's done several times now. In the meantime, we have more camps taken. So another one about to be taken by the red team. While the objective has been claimed all the way up at the top, they decided that it's time to at least get an item or two to their name, and with 2 turrets in their hands, they now have in the next team fight probably a bit of a better standing, especially since they also acquired level 16. So now they got even talents with the opponent. That top wall at the keep is still gonna fall. Can they go for the entire keep? I don't think so, especially since 2 of their heroes are still at the bottom of the map. So everybody is splitting for now, but damage still has been done. And that 2-2 split is actually quite interesting here. So Sonya could go for lead, might have to jump out, and does exactly that. Barely, I might add. But the battle isn't over, because here comes the rotation from the middle. And White Mane could assist Kerrigan a little bit here, and that's exactly what she does right away. Now, mid lane, the Protector is still doing some work with that fort, but I'm not sure if all of this is working out the way that Teamplay OP was hoping for. They're still getting damage done in the middle, on the other hand. So they destroyed the wall up at the top. Fort here goes down. Battle not over yet. Sanctification is out, and that one did little for them. But the bunker is also still something that they could utilize here. White Mane the first one to fall. Protectors jumping into the choke point. They lose Vala, and they're going to lose way more than that. Lucio down. They're chasing Zarya. Ixia dies. Virtual gets popped, and that leaves only Tyrael, who also dies a painful death. A 5-man team wipe, as the entire fan club is wiped off the map. And now the last fort at the bottom will surely fall. Question is, how much more damage can they do? And I don't even know why Sonya is currently going for the camp. She has a little bit more time where she could have done more damage to the top keep. Her taking that camp will take it away from the fan club, that's true. But it won't do any additional damage, most likely, to the top keep. So I wonder if she actually attacked here, if she could have made sure that the keep itself falls. Because now it won't. But I think she might have had a shot here. I think she really might have had a shot. Get that minion wave destroyed a little bit quicker, and I think you got something going for yourself. But either way, they got level 20, so obviously they're way ahead now. 14 kills ahead, also nearly 3 levels. Bit of a comeback attempt at the bottom of the map as they're looking for a kill, but Garrosh survives through all of this. Whitemane healing him up like crazy. Garrosh himself with the sustain now too, as they're going straight in for another kill. Sanctification absolutely on point this time and doing work for them. Strafe is coming out. Garrosh with a quick save. He himself might have just sacrificed his life for the team. They're not quite sure yet if they might be able to turn it around, but as all of this plans out, topside gets attacked again and this keep might fall after all. But the blue team is not giving up on this and they're killing Tyrael. He's not the only one. Seems like they're going to get blazed too. There goes Vala. That's Lucio. How the fuck did they just do that? They fought through all of it and it's another team wipe for Teamplay OP. Absolutely bonkers. Big sustain, they retreated slowly, baited them in, and then they turned it and totally crushed them. Obviously, the Storm Talents played a big role in this one as well, but the fan club really thought they had something going here. They wanted to chase them down, get a few kills, close that experience gap, and instead they fell victim to the bait. Teamplay OP turning this easily, and then of course going straight for the core. Nicely done, well played here at Heroes Lounge Division 1. The blue team on Volskaya founded the first map of the best of 3 with the initial victory. They're taking the 1-0 lead over the fan club. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Tomb of the Spider Queen, map number 2 in the best of 3 series at Division 1. And let's find out if the French team can bring it back. On the left side with the lead, we got Nopro on Chen playing for Teamplay OP. Musteka on Kerrigan. We got Timothy on Nubarak. A-Ray on Ana. Edelchris on Lol Nara. And on the right side of the map, in the meantime, we got Virtual on Leoric, Noto on Brightwing, Malganir on Johanna, Ixia on Sylvanas, and Romux on Falstad. Every single time I see Musteka, I have to think of Mustaka. So, or Musaka. Was it Mustaka? Musaka, right? Yeah, so it makes me hungry immediately. Like, some of those names just immediately remind you of food. And especially in this case, yeah, I'm already getting a little bit, hungry here. I bought myself an air fryer the other day. So air fryers were like the rage for years, and I mean, I've heard about them, but I've never really looked into it too much. And then it was mostly some friends telling me about it, and then I looked at some YouTube videos and I actually bought myself one. And I gotta say, I'm a big fan. So when it comes to stuff like that, I'm surprising myself lately because I am absolutely notorious in being totally garbage in the kitchen. The only thing that I can do are amazing pancakes, but besides that, not much. But with the whole air fryer thing, I gotta say that it's actually pretty easy to whip something together that is kind of okay-ish. So perfect for lazy people like me. And now I see food everywhere. So you have a Kerrigan player that is aptly named, and all of a sudden I'm just like, yummy. So, yeah. But we'll see. So, we got some fries today. Anyways, we got game number 2. So, obviously, the fan club has to step it up a little bit if they want to have a chance in the series. This is all still the regular season, so it's all about getting some points for the ranking in the league. And both of the teams are not doing that hot right now, middle of the pack. Would like to go a bit ahead, of course, there, so we'll see what they can actually do. But we got a Falstad that is starting to stack it up a little. The secret recipe right here. He has an air fryer too. He has a secret recipe as well. Doesn't want to share it, but yeah, those dumplings are absolutely amazing. The panda dumplings. It's always nice to have a Chen in there. I mean, he's obviously screwing up a little bit on the skin, I gotta say. Warmaster Chen is still by far the best one, especially the white and black variation of the skin, but I'll let it slide. I mean, having a panda in the game in and of itself is already kind of funny. So, top side, Kerrigan, she's still doing her thing. The teams are not really getting too aggressive here. A couple of early game skirmishes, but nothing that would force anyone's hand yet. Siege Giants at the bottom, still taken. Oh, and the Panda has to be a little bit careful here. Yeah, gets drained pretty quickly. It's actually one of the things when you have a Leo going up against a Chen, he gets tons and tons of damage if they are up on the solo lane against each other. Simply because Leo gets free drains all day, every day. Every single time that Chen is taking a swig from the bottle, Leo can be there and just drain him dry. So we're gonna likely see that reflected in the damage output of Leoric later on in the game. He's already ghosting around a little bit here. Yeah, they tried to stun him out, but couldn't. So Virtual, with good timing, didn't fall for that little trap they laid for him. Turn-ins are slowly happening then again. A couple of gems have already been delivered. They have now 22 still in their hands. Leo trying to move to the middle to get some experience for the team, but also prevent them from taking the entire wall down, as we got Sylvanas busy on the Bruiser camp. No kill just yet, 3 minutes into the game. Everybody is still just poking on walls and other structures, and the blue team is doing a little bit better early on. Take one of the towers down, some gems already delivered. The Panda down at the bottom of the map is doing his thing. And here comes Leo. So it should be pretty easy for him to land the drains here. We'll see what the Panda is going to do in just a second. But yep, one drain is already in, and it's going to be Panda time. So yeah, off we go. In the middle of the map, on the other hand, thanks to the Bruiser camp that was claimed earlier by the fan club, they're now trying to take some of those structures down. Sylvanas obviously perfect in a situation like this, can help them to do even more damage and just use a trait here. And they're getting some real nice value throughout all of this, so good damage being done. And again, Leo joining the fun, so it's a 5 versus 5 at this point in time, with level 7 kicking in for the fan club. They're looking for a kill, can't find it, they're saving Sylvanas, barely I might add. That could have backfired quickly. The Panda with a gift of the Ox, and a stun and a kill. That should be the end of... Well, it should have been the end. It wasn't the end of Brightwing. Instead, Lunara went down. Bambi is as dead as his mother. Bambi gone. And yes, Bambi is male. I always have to throw that out every couple of months, at least once, because I didn't know for like years and years and years. Bambi is not a girl. I always thought that Bambi was a girl, and then people pointed out that at the end of the movie you actually see him, you know, as this majestic stack, and that kind of rung a bell a little bit, but every single time that I see a picture of Bambi, I always think it's a girl. I don't even know why. And the reaction is always the same. Half the people are like, duh, idiot. And the other one is like, what the fuck? Are you for real? Yep, Bambi is a boy. So, there you go. Now you know. 1 kill to 0, well, 2 kills to 0. Kerrigan, she had a vital part in the last game in the success of the fan club. And, well, right now we got her already killed, so they're being put to the wall a little bit here. Virtual, he makes it out, so he's alive. Leo is still alive, trade has not been activated. We got top lane pressure. Blue team is all of a sudden in a bit of trouble here. Initially, they were the ones to deliver the gems, and they did well there. But now it's a level lead for the fan club. And guys, this could spell a bit of a snowball moment. So Ixia is now joining with the rest of the team. But what are they actually trying to do? Like, the rotation is a little bit poor, I gotta say that. So by the time that they are rotating onto lane finally, the top has nearly been defeated. Down at the bottom of the map, they're making their stand, but this could have been a bit more aggressive. Now the goal is to get to level 10. They want to make sure that they have the heroic abilities so that they can use those web weavers even further, and that's going to be an easy one for them. The timing of that turn-in was absolutely perfect, so they will get at least 1 fort, most likely more than that. They at least should rotate into the middle and now try and take it, especially with Sylvanas. Level 10 abilities that gives us the mind control and also the Emerald Wind over here. And they're gonna try and go for it, but they're still forced into a bit of a battle. I'm actually kind of blown away that Teamplay OP thinks this is a great idea to fight here. They get a bit lucky as the Entomb doesn't hit, but the Blessed Shield connects nicely. The Panda in trouble. Brightwing with a bit of an assist here as Falls that is put back to half HP, so he can still participate in the fight. But despite the fact that the fan club had level 10, they're not able to get a kill. So... I mean, I really don't like the idea of forcing that fight in the first place, so I don't think that the blue team should have done that. But they made it out alive. Not only that, they are hoping to turn it here. Emerald Wind gets used so that they can claim the camp, but in just a few seconds we're gonna have both teams with rogue abilities, and only one will have all of their abilities off cooldown. We also get the top keg play, so yeah, top shelf play right there. We're gonna keg it up a little bit. And we got the nano boost from Anna. They're making the move for Leo Kerrigan! Kerrigan! So Kerrigan is gone, 3 kills to 0 for the fan club. That little attempt at going for an aggressive move backfired heavily, and now they're starting to lose gems here. 2 heroes down, and yep, they are definitely in a bit of trouble, because now the red team can go for a second turn if they want to, and they can also go for the middle and take that fort down with ease, which is exactly where they are headed now. Now, in regards to damage, we got 23,000 for Sylvanas, 22,000 for Lunara, 4 kills to 0 on the board in favor of the fan club. Chen topsides, I mean, he's still pandering to the audience here, but with 26 gems to his name, he really wants to get rid of them as quickly as possible. Problem is that the red team succeeded with the turn-in, second web weaver wave for them, and there's only 1 fort left. And you don't even have to go for that lane, so they can simply go into either the middle and try and play with their camp that they just took, or they can move down to the bottom of the map and leave the top lane up to its own devices, where the web weavers should be able to do some work. So currently, here comes the Panda! It is keg time! Yeah, he's kegging it up a little bit, but that wall of the entomb definitely screwed him up. Ah, the Gust! And Noob, oh, and he's dead. And Noob got wrecked, and now they're going for the next kill. It is Anna. Granny is not able to move out of the fight quickly enough. You still have Kerrigan in an attempt to use a few stuns to cover the retreat, and well, that's not working either. So Kerrigan is down. The fan club, completely different performance here in game number 2. They really want to force this third map. They're getting another kill in. The Panda is still up, but just look at these lanes. Everything is getting attacked here. At the bottom of the map, the gate is already gone, and at the top side, they got Sylvanas to push even further. The web weaver slowly coming in here too. A talent advantage for the red team as they are mercilessly pushing that momentum even further into the heart of the blue team's base. Mid lane, another wall gone. The keeps are taking damage everywhere. The Panda attempting to defend the bot lane. So far so good, but topside it's already down to 30% HP. And that keep will likely fall. If they push for it, they'll get it. Middle, same picture. They are really going for all the structures right now. And they might have... I mean, honestly, Leo, it might have been worth it to just activate the trade once to get that keep. They haven't taken a single one down yet, so they're retreating. On the one hand, they did enormous damage. On the other, I'm looking at those 2 lanes and the few hit points on the keep, and I'm thinking, even sacrificing a hero for that might have just been worth it. It's not like they were holding a whole lot of gems here, but they are now pushing with 2 heroes down at the bottom of the map. Once that there's a reaction from the blue team, they might just be able to use Falset, for example, on one of the other lanes to get some damage in. But the blue team isn't playing this game. The blue team instead, they want to go for their turn-in, and they get it. The problem with it is that at the bottom of the map, there's an enormous amount of damage already done at the keep, and it seems like this time they're absolutely willing to sacrifice a couple of heroes. I mean, look at this. Ixia moves into the middle, is taking down the keep in the mid lane. That one's gone. Bottom of a map, another one falls, and Sylvana seems like she is able to get away too. That's 2 keeps down. Leo might have to activate his trade down here, but even he is looking alright. So that is a disaster for the blue team. I mean, an absolute unmitigated disaster. 8 kills to 1, 16 to 14, talent advantage. Leoric gets finally caught and goes down. Johanna trying to take the keep. That didn't work at all. But yeah, they have destroyed 2 already. So either way, this is looking very, very good. Yep. Quick Hearth out. Was able to escape as well. recovering from that position is going to be nearly impossible for Teamplay OP. What they need is, they need some serious victory in the big team fight now. So, yeah, Web Weavers are slowly falling once the one at the bot lane is gone too. I mean, what is Teamplay OP going to do? They still don't have level 16. Can they throw a Hail Mary at the top? I think that's what they're trying to do here. They barely have enough gems for a turn in. Blessed Shield! They need to win this fight or it's just over. And Nubarak is dead. And with the noob dying again, the mind control is there. They're trying to get more kills, and they do. They take Kerrigan out. They follow up with Lulnara. Bambi dying once more. And now with 11 kills to 2, there's just no doubt anymore how this game is gonna end. I mean, they're chasing them across the entire map. Not a single fort has been destroyed on the red team side. The last keep falls, and this means that they can go straight for the core and tie the series. This should be the end of map number 2. So it seems like we're going to a third map after all. We're going to go to the final map in this best of 3 series here at Division 1. Unless there's an absolute miracle happening. So a little bit of damage done. Malganir is still alive thanks to Brightwing. Catapults are pushing in everywhere now as well. Blue team defending as best they can. But even if they somehow pull this off, I don't think they will have a chance in the long run. But it's... yeah, it's not looking good. Chen now dying again. They at least take Sylvanas out, so I assume that's a bit of a win. But of course the catapults are now pushing onto these lanes too. Jojo still a bit low, 56% on the core. I don't think they can necessarily end it right now. Then again, they just killed Kerrigan and Chen is there too, so this is a 2 versus 3. The core below 50%, but yeah, they're dying. It doesn't matter too much though. They still have 28 gems. Falstad is going to be able to survive here. Both teams have now level 16. But, I mean... what are they going to do now? The blue team doesn't have enough gems to turn in. They could try and go for the boss at the top, I suppose. They can maybe destroy the fort at the bottom of the map. But Chen is now pinned down in his own base. So is Ana. There's catapults pushing 14 minutes into the game. And with every passing minute and the scaling of the catapults continuing, it's going to be more difficult to safeguard that core. If they would have taken out all of the forts on the red team side, then maybe the counter pressure they'd get by spawning their own catapults occasionally would help. But as it stands, I highly doubt that they can pull this one off. Now, Falstad could, of course, turn in, should turn in, try and get those gems delivered so that they can work around it a little bit. But they can really play this slow. There's not a single structure standing outside of the core anymore for Teamplay OP. So it seems this is just going to be a prolonged suffering on the side of the blue team. They have to make the move for the boss. It's the only thing they can really do. Force a Hail Mary fight and try and play that one out. The problem is that the red team doesn't even have to respond. They could. They can go in for it, but it's only Jojo. She's going to use the shield glare to try and delay this a little bit, whereas the rest of the team is just pushing the lanes out, and this is forcing the blue team back already. They can't even take the boss. Even if they could, the red team is just making one YOLO solo after another, straight for the core, trying to take the shield down, getting some of those catapults involved too, and they're fighting it out with an easy kill against Ana as she gets the mace to the face from Leoric. Sylvanas is down, so yeah, another victory would definitely help to close the gap a bit, but look how much damage is being done just by Falstad alone here on the core. 20% catapults, siege giants, it's way too much for the blue team to handle. This is game, and we are headed to the final map in the best of 3 series here at Division 1 between Teamplay OP and the Bobby Kotick fan club. The final map in the best of 3 series, we got Teamplay OP against the Bobby Kotick fan club, or Kotick, whatever. No prawn stitches for the blue team. We got Musteka on Kira, Timidity is playing Malthael, Flexidol on Ana, Little Chris is playing Junkrat. So we got a Stitches and we got a Malthael and Ana combo, so Tormented Souls is definitely an option, being fully nano boosted here. On the right side though, Noto on Stukov for the French team. We got Virtual on Hogger, Romux on Hanzo, Malgani on Maiev, and Ixia on Medivh, aka who needs a tank? Tank Maiev is in the game with Medivh to support her a little bit here. By the way, what I find absolutely hilarious, now that we have somebody that is called Timothy, every single time I see a nickname like this, I immediately have to be like, Timmy! So, talking about South Park, the episode, I haven't watched it, I only saw clips. Damn, I got deaded real quickly. The Angel of Dead. Yeah, so South Park apparently did a Prince Harry and Meghan Markle episode, and I saw some clips of it, and it's fucking glorious. When the two of them are doing their, like, what was it? Privacy and like leave us peace and quiet tour or whatever. Fucking glorious. Those two are so unbelievably obnoxious, it's ridiculous. And I love that South Park is making fun of this. South Park is just by far the best show. It's insane how good these guys are, even after, what is it now, 20 years or so? So yeah, totally on point. And it annoyed me so much. I mean, you couldn't wake up for like a long time where there wasn't like another hashtag, another article, another YouTube video about them complaining about not having their privacy, while at the same time going on every single fucking interview show that they could find, every single podcast, and doing their stupid series. And it was just like, can you guys just fuck off, please? So yeah, ridiculous and glorious for South Park that they once again just hit it on the nail with that one. Absolutely fantastic. Anyways, 3 kills to 0. It seems like the red team really stepped it up a little bit after the first map. Now, okay, to be fair, that's how the first map started as well. It was a 3-0 lead for the fan club, and then things turned around quickly. So let's see if they can maintain that momentum this time. They still don't have a main tank here, so they're playing it with Hoga and with Maiev at the front line, with Medivh assisting. And honestly, there's a couple of teams that try to pull off comps like this in the past, and it kind of worked. But we'll see if they can also in the mid and late game still hold true to that. Very optimistic by Junkrat. Buying a little bit of time, just walking straight into 4 of them. What is this? I mean, this is highly awkward over here. 4 versus 3, and now they're not only losing the camp, but they're also losing Kira. They might get a counter kill though. Malkin is on the run, the grenade hits home, Junkrat dies 2, Stitches came in, there's the portal. He could hit a hook, but nah, apparently he doesn't have the cooldown available at this point. So yeah, an insanely weird fight over the camp. But yeah, pretty interesting. They really tried as best they could to fight this one out. I think they would have been better advised to just let the camp go. It wasn't really that important. Now they're half a level behind, 4 kills behind. Kira sitting topside. We got the Vile Cleaver in after the patchwork creation for our boy Stitches, looking for a little bit more playtime. Yeah, and off we go. Medivh still. He's going to be a big X factor, of course. 16 stacks to his name, so he's going to try and complete that baseline as quickly as he can to safeguard the progress there. But it's going to be the red team that gets level 7 first and the advantage over the first shrine. Hook into the bush, didn't connect with anybody here. Hoga is still pogging hard, by the way. Yeah, spin to win, baby, and he is spinning a lot, and this is not working for the blue team. So they're gonna try and get some hits in here. Hoga might overdo it a bit. I mean, eventually he has to get out of there, but Medivh is helping him even further. They are getting closer and closer, though. With 31 stacks to their name, the blue team is looking a lot better here. Malkin is about to go down, and yep, 1 down. They might get another kill as Stukov is also low. And there it is. Ana, with all of her damage over time, is facilitating a 2nd kill for the blue team. And they are taking control of objective number 1, despite the fact that they didn't have level 7. So that was a nice twist there. Seems like the red team overestimated their position a bit in that scenario. Now we're having a chase against, well, Kira, but if I'm Medivh, I'm a little bit careful here. 29 stacks, that's nothing to frown upon. Should definitely try and keep that. Virtual Sleep Dart, yeah, that didn't connect. So they're doing what they can. But the Punisher, of course, is doing some work in the middle. The entire wall has been taken over. And off we go. We got the Purification here on level 7 for them now as well. And once that level 10 hits, it's going to be pretty interesting with Malthael and Anna. Also, of course, with our boy Stitches. And there's Medivh dying. No! Yeah, that's all of the stacks gone on the baseline. He had 29 or 30 and he just lost all of them. So playing it too aggressive and he gets punished for it. Maiev dies at the same time. Topside battle between Hogger and Kira is also not looking too great for them here. 5 kills to 5. It's really game 1 all over again. The initial kill advantage for the fan club, then the blue team turning it around. Kira getting a solo kill. Gets the solo kill right there, and boy, this hurts. Yeah, now we're having level 10 in their hands. They have a 1 level lead, so the map is theirs at this point in time. And of course, it is Tormented Souls, as already called earlier, especially with the nano boost here. We're also getting the unrelenting strikes, and on top of that, we have Gorge. So they can try and gobble them up a bit. And I gotta say, if you have no tank, that can work. Straight into the trap, and goodbye. Well, maybe not. Nope, they had every single entrance covered. That's the beauty of having Junkrat in here. They even get another kill against Medivh, so once again the stacks are removed. Not that he had a lot this time, but this is definitely not looking good for the fan club. If you're playing without a tank at the front, you can pull that off, but you gotta control these fights a lot better than they currently do, and you cannot afford to fall heavily behind. So they are in real trouble here, and with another hook and another hit, it could spell the end of Hogger once again. He barely survives all of this. The grenade's not taking him down. He gets healed by Stukov, but it still doesn't change the fact that they're getting pressured back heavily. Now we have level 10 abilities, at least for the fan club, so let's see if they can maybe now pull this off. Nice stun! Great shockwave, but Hanzo just died to Kira. The mid lane gets pushed. At least Anna goes down, so it's a trade at the end of the day, you could say. But in the middle, the fort is taking even more damage. Medivh is trying his best to take down Junkrat. That didn't really work, but at least they got the kill against Stitches. So the fan club is fighting back. They haven't given up on this game just yet. And for some reason, Teamplay OP thinks they have to still take these fights. I have no idea why Malthael felt the need to jump in there and activate his ult. Now that thing is down for another 50 seconds. Shrine gets activated. Couldn't really do anything. I honestly believe that if Malthael and Kira just stay in the middle, they get way more value out of this because they can simply take the fort down. Haven't really done anything topside. Couldn't assist. There was nothing to save, so as is, we have still the level lead for them. They could get level 13 around the time that the Shrine fight is midway through. But right now, they obviously still want to make sure that they are locking in the second objective for themselves, given that they are ahead in experience. And I mean, they should. Level 13 is going to help them a bit. They're also the first ones to take control of the Shrine area. The fan club, on the other hand, they still seem to be eager to maybe go for an attack here. Medivh is already getting chunked a bit. Nearly got Hanzo there for just a second. Well, not Medivh, but the other team. There's the Gorge, alright. Portal is already out, but they're focusing on Stukov. Stukov is dead, and here comes the Angel of Death. But the problem is obviously, as long as Maiev hits her disc, even with a nano boost on him, he pretty much doesn't do anything. They still got their kill. It's a 5 versus 4 already, so they have full control over the Shrine if they want it. And yep, there's another hook. Doesn't have Gorge though, but they can still keep up the battle, keep up the pressure, as Junkrat and the rest of them is now trying to get another Punisher for the team. So Teamplay OP is still a bit ahead, but a bit of the advantage has gone. It's only a 3 kill gap between the two of them. Level 13 talents are soon going to be ready for the red team, but they lose Hogger, and they are going to lose more than that. Maiev is gone too, both of the frontliners eliminated. That extends the lead a little bit further that the blue team had. And of course, the bigger problem is that once that the Punisher is now moving through the bot lane, there's going to be a severe lack of defenders. There's not a lot of heroes that can really help there. With the increased range of Stitches after level 13, there's now also an added threat of Stitches just getting those long distance hooks off. And yeah, that's going to be a problem in and of itself. Now Kira is back up at the top. Red team is up on the map with 5, but that still is not going to change the fact that they're losing the fort at the bottom of the map. And if the blue team rotates over towards the middle, they're going to lock in another fort there for sure. Probably shouldn't really fight this out too much because Kira is still topside. She has a lot of time and space here to do her thing, but if Hogga rotates down to the bottom of the map, it would still be a 5 versus 4. So you gotta be a bit careful with that. He, on the other hand, decides to save or try to save the fort at the top. So it's gonna be Hogga versus Kira again, who's now pushing in with an added camp. Whereas down here at the bottom, the rest of the blue team is at least able to take that gate down. So the gate is taken. Up at the top, fort has taken some damage. And Medivh is doing his thing, is just like flying around, cheating as usual, providing a little bit of vision. We have 18 stacks for him. And the eternal question, is he gonna complete his quest, yes or no? My money is on no at this point. Under pressure on level 13 for Stitches. Slam and bam. As we have the virulent reaction for Stukov. The hook! The hook connects, the sleep dart didn't, but it was extremely close, and that could have been the end of him. So who takes the game? The fan club is still behind, but to be fair, this is at least until now still salvageable. They lost a fair amount, they lost 2 forts, they're 2 levels behind, or 1.5. But you can still salvage that situation as the game continues. One good team fight, one objective, and you might be able to pull that off. Not gonna be easy, but they haven't lost this one yet. And little moves like this one with Maiev at the bottom of the map might just help them to open up some of these walls. There's another minion wave now coming in too. Obviously, a lot of this hinges on the next objective. The shrine will spawn in the middle of the map. And the goal for the red team has to be to get to level 16. Now, Maiev overstayed her welcome a bit and might pay the price now. And yeah, she definitely will. Portal already used. Trap is there. Goodbye. Shield or no shield, that's not going to change anything. The ley line might though. So, yeah, the ley line actually saved her. Alright. Nicely done by X here. So, able to get the ley line up, and what looked like a guaranteed kill for the blue team after the cooldown was on Portal is now resulting in a fort taken out of the top lane as Hogga is taking the first structure of the blue team apart. So, they're gonna get to level 16. It's gonna be an even fight for the shrine, unless somebody is gonna commit Sudoku now. And, well, somebody like Hogga. Dong, 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 dong. Tries to get the hell out of there, and thanks to Medivh, he can. Alright, so they're still fine. They have level 16, it's even talents, the shrine activates. This is the moment, boys. This is the moment. You have an opportunity now to try and bring this back. We got the stable portal right here. I'm not sure what Malganir is doing down here. Why? Like, why? Just why? Like, why would you be there? Not like this! They had to use way too much to keep him alive. I mean, yeah, he's still alive, but they had to use the arrow, they had to use the disc, and Stukov also used some slaps. So, I have no idea why he would be in that spot. And getting completely flanked like this, a huge oversight on the part of the red team. And that is now resulting in a fairly big advantage for Teamplay OP as they're again focusing on the objective. Because now they're down most their big cooldowns. Yeah, that's a little bit annoying. I also don't understand why Teamplay OP is currently opting to take the camp first and why they give up the position completely. I guess they really hope to wait for Malthael to get his own ult back. Alright, if that is the idea, then they should have just coordinated a little bit different around it. But they're now giving up 20 stacks, and they're waiting for the opponent to have all of their cooldowns back too. Seems like a little bit of a missed opportunity there as well, but at least they got the ult back, so now Malthael has to make sure that he's at least able to coming and bring some value. So there's the nano boost, and the ley line is immediately thrown out there to try and counter that as best as possible. The arrow, yeah, that's one's not going nowhere. So it's still flying as Maiev gets attacked, and here we go. Limited value, I would say, from Malthael, so he's trying to get out again. Still alive, and Anna is doing her best to keep it that way, but it's still 32 stacks for the red team, so they have a chance of getting the objective here. They can actually win this one. They could definitely do that, and they're trying. Now, Musteka is fairly low in HP. Kira has to be incredibly careful here. The camp is getting value at the top. Malthael is dead, and the Punisher is gone. I was a little bit doubtful about the decision to not go for this sooner in the first place, and now I kind of feel a little bit vindicated on this, because waiting for Malthael didn't help them at all, and it just guaranteed that 3 more cooldowns on the red team were up as well. So now that they're losing heroes, as I said before, this was a crucial fight, and they are now starting to lose ground here. It was a 2-level gap between the two teams as the objective spawned initially, and the blue team had a huge advantage. Then a lot of cooldowns got used to save Maiev, which they barely managed to pull off, but they were able to engage into the battle on an even playing field. Now another fort has been destroyed. The good news for the blue team is that push at the bottom of the map, facilitated by the catapults here. But the ley line is in. They gotta get away from this one. Stitches is slowly moving back. Immediately a gorge as Hogger comes out. Alright, 2 heroes still not back up on the map. Bottom keep is taking damage, but the fan club is trying to take a keep in the middle. They are gaining momentum here. Kira, they're still waiting for her. Keep gone, but at the bottom of the map, very likely this one is going to fall as well. Maybe it's going to be saved by the minion wave here. But 1 keep in the middle is gone, so an absolute murderous approach by the fan club as they dropped a fort and a keep. Yeah, talking about keeps, this one is going to make it. 12 kills to 10, and Teamplay OP all of a sudden has to really be afraid that they're going to lose this series. They had a lead pretty much from the get-go, and then they got a bit too cocky there. So now that team fight might have changed the entire game. There is an avenue through the middle that could be used by the fan club to go for the core if they ever win a big team battle again. It's a half-level advantage now for the blue team as they are about to grab level 20. He could use that to push for the bottom keep and try and take that down. Maybe also aim to flank in and take somebody on here. Relentless Strikes got upgraded into the Silent Killer. We got the Hungry Stitches now as well for a little bit of added control. And the No One Can Stop Death. Hogger, on the other hand, seems like they can stop him. Medivh got eaten. There's the Shockwave. There's the arrow. He still gets body blocked. Can they win that fight, though? Jiminy on Malthael jumps in. Hogger is dead, but so is Malthael. Malthael is down. There's a level 20 for both teams. And rip tire. But he waited a little bit too long. The shield was out, and therefore no problem for them. 5 versus 4 though. Thanks to Malthael having the No One Can Stop Death, they're now pushing in the middle of the map. Now they could go for the bottom keep, but they want to open this one up first. Medivh cheats. We know. You don't have to tell us. But yeah, it's insanely close. It's actually kind of fun. It didn't really look like it would come down to the wire here in game number 3, but it definitely does right now. So, as is, we have still a game that could be decided by a single team fight once that Hogger is back. Currently, it's a 5 versus 4. Seems like they want to go for the camp, and this is not going to be contested by the fan club. They cannot afford to do that. So the fort at the top is going to fall. And then we still have the advantage for the red team simply because there's no keep here. Yes, of course, there's still a fort down here, but that doesn't matter all that much. Destroying the top fort was important because you also eliminate the fountain, but at the same time, you really gotta be careful. Now, this is going to come down to a final team fight. Maybe at the bottom of the map, the catapult itself is just going to take the keep down. That's very likely what's going to happen since nobody's moving down to deal with it. But this is going to be decided by a single team fight. Yeah, big hook. Big hook, and they nearly got him. But the bottom keep is going to fall. The catapults are going to make sure of that. So bottom keep is going to fall. What's happening at the top shrine? This is the big team fight. This is the big battle. Whoever wins this one likely wins the game. This is very likely going to be the situation that will decide who takes this best of 3 series. It's all coming down to this. Maiev actually moving to the bottom of the map to save the keep, that means big lead for the blue team on the shrine. That is very likely going to be the moment where they gave it up. Alright, they go for the ley line. They try and escort a couple of catapults in. Somebody is going to move back now. They have to. They can't let 3 catapults assail the core. That can't be a thing. So it's going to be Malthael that does that. But yeah, they're trying to be a little bit sneaky with that move. Malthael is coming in. Hogger can't do anything about it. And Malthael takes this down fairly quickly. Shield is getting attacked, but now with the minion wave spawning, the catapults are all gone. And they take the Protector, the Punisher, at the top. Alright, so they still got a couple of heroes over here. Shield has been attacked, but all that Malthael has to do is make sure that those catapults fall. But he wants a little bit more. He sees Hogger, he wants Hogger, and he goes a little bit too deep and gets absolutely blown up within a second. Now, he had the no one that can stop death, but this is one of those moments where I'm just like, why? Why was that needed? So now it's a 5 versus 4, the defense here. An advantage for the red team. Now, there's obviously a Punisher in this one as well, so we have to point that out too. But when it comes to heroes, it's still a numbers advantage for the fan club. So here we are. With that, well, what are we going to get? 13 to 12. Yeah, Mephisto. Malthael is still not here. So they take the keep, but this could have been so much better if it was a 5 versus 5 battle. Big Gobble, on the other hand. Maybe now they can get a kill. Yeah, arrow is out, and Stukov is insta-dead. Stukov is down, he's eliminated, Maiev might fall, Malthael finally deigns the battle with his presence and might just be able to put the final touches on the Malgadir. So that's another kill, and that should be the end of the game. Nicely done. So, there we go. We have the move straight for Kira. He completes the quest! He actually did! Medivh completes the quest. Can they end the game now, though? 15 to 13 kills, 4 versus 3 on the map. And they gotta retreat. They gotta head back, as it seems. They can't go for the core. It's actually insane. We are 22 minutes in and they weren't able to end with this. I really think that Malthael could have played this a lot smarter. Like, him sacrificing himself in the middle made absolutely 0 sense. He got really greedy with Hogger there. He could have joined the rest of the team so much sooner. Needs to always be a bit careful that there's no backdoor happening, but still. Now they get at least the Hogger kill out of this. But they couldn't end the game. And this keep at the bottom of the map is still in play, which is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. So, we got 16 versus 13 kills, level 23 on the board. Catapults are hurting like crazy right now, but it doesn't matter if you can't escort them in. So at the bottom of the map, the keep is still standing. Could you imagine how this bot lane, by the way, would push if they just finished this one off? They had so much time earlier to finish this keep, and they decided not to. And they should have, because this would have threatened the core. With 23 minutes on the clock, that would have happened 100%, and here they're losing the game. Insanity! Ana and Junkrat are dead. Stitches is trying his best here. He's all alone. Here comes Kira. Swing to win. The hits. Can they get some counter kills? They need to. It's a 4 versus 3 now, and they can't get a kill. 30 seconds for Ana, 40 for Junkrat. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. Oh boy. Oh my god. So, with that, we now have still a 5 versus 5 coming up once again. They gotta be careful though that they're not dying here. Oh, really? For camp? Why would you risk that? You can't afford the staggered deaths. Why? Oh, she got Hanzot. Kira gets Hanzot. Stitches is dead. Why would you do that for a siege camp? Oh, God. No. Oh, I mean, this is game 3, the end of the series. Obviously, you are totally scatterbrained at this point. Adrenaline is pumping, and every single decision, you're just getting a little bit greedy, and you're just thinking, if we just get this one thing, if we just get this one advantage. Oh my god. Yeah, the portal and everything right there obviously can always be a bit of a bait of a ruse, but they ran straight into this, and now it's Punisher time for the fan club. Now the good news is that there's still a fort at the bottom. This is going to slow them down a bit. I suppose that now Maiev is going to take it down, but it at least buys some time for Kira and Stitches to get back, but it's going to be a really difficult defense one way or another. They have some pressure at the top, so that's good news. At least that camp is going to ensure that catapults will go towards the core. And we are 25 minutes in, but they're going to try and end the game here. This is just incredible. So, I cannot believe we're in the spot. This is just nasty. Damage output, 70,000 by Kira, 67,000 by Hanzo. Again, keep in mind, top side, catapults are moving in together with the camp now. Down here at the bottom of the map, they're trying to be a little bit quicker about it. The second catapult is going to join the top lane fight though, and they are trying to burn down the bottom Punisher as quickly as they can. They have it at 50%. The shield, by the way, is falling. Guys, we're talking Winions. Stitches is dead, but it's Winion time. We are going full Winion over there. 86%, arrow missing as the fight continues. The keep is still not gone. They had 68%, 58%. No, Malthael diving deep. He should have his 20 up. He looks for the kill. He can't get it, but he's immediately back to business, and they at least took down Stukov. Stukov taken down, the core at 54%. Over here also catapults. They're at 68 now. It's Winion time. We're 26 minutes into the game. The catapults, they're hitting harder than anyone else now. They're all racing for victory here. A difference of 14% on the core. They, by the way, couldn't even kill the keep. The keep is still there. Oh my god. We're going for the 30 minutes here, aren't we? This is getting bananas. 76,000 damage by Malthael. 72,000 by Kira. Oh god, like nobody's going for the core at any point. Everybody is just scared shitless. They will sacrifice their lives for a camp, but they won't just go for YOLO on the core. And by the way, right now you could definitely pull it off at some point with only 54% missing. Sorry, left. That's definitely a thing. Now I really hope that this thing is at some point going to get destroyed, because this has been a thorn in my side for the entire time now. If they had taken that earlier, I believe they would have had a much easier time winning this game because of the bottom lane pressure. Keep in mind, they had a fort still standing, so there were catapults spawning galore. And we have now 27.5 minions on the clock. So yes, here we go. Another fight, another battle. Talking about another battle, top side, Hogger is marching for another keep. They are going through the bottom of the map, and yes, they're going to get the keep here. So they are going to get the keep, and the next objective spawns at the top. So taking this keep down is actually fairly important. It was fairly important earlier, but it's still quite important right now. Now they're heading back to make sure that they're not losing a keep themselves, but this is going to be enormous pressure against the red team. They already suffered a lot earlier when catapults made it towards the core. This could very well happen again. Needs to kill the catapults. Yep, they saved the keep. It's a close call, but they pull it off. Keep saved. And down here, yeah, shield has lost a couple of points. Is somebody going for a backdoor? That's a big question now. Yeah, somebody could actually go for a backdoor here. Depends a little bit. You obviously need somebody to prevent some portals from happening. You have Medivh here. He could definitely do that to an extent, obviously. Very likely sacrificing his life in the process. But if that helps you to go for the core, then so be it. We've seen it times and times again in the past. And both of the cores are very, very vulnerable right now. They're already trying to make similar plays around those keeps right now. The red team had hopes to take the keep apart here at the bottom left. But yeah, you have to really play with vision at this point in time. If your opponent makes it to the core, the game is likely over if someone can interrupt the portal control. So that's why they have to be cautious about it. But Medivh is there to provide the vision, and they are already moving. So they are already going into the middle. I want to threaten exactly that. If they're executing it, that's a different question. But they definitely want to threaten it. So they are already on the move, and keep in mind, Medivh can interrupt. So they're going for it. They're going for exactly what I just talked about. They make the play for the core. They're trying to end it. Two have already headed back. Stitches can gobble them up, and he needs to. Shield is nearly gone. Ana is retreating too. Medivh was doing his best there, but couldn't. They got two, and now they should be able to kill them. Yeah, there's the arrow. Don't tell me. Nah, he doesn't get away. Horga gets killed. He is dead, and this might be the end of the game. Yeah, Medivh needed to he needed to cancel a lot of these moves and prevent them from hearting home. Once again, Malthael dies, but he dies for a good cause. He has his 20 ready, so not really a big problem for him. And the core is dying. The core is falling to the Winions. The Winions are winning this. This is over. This is over. Too many catapults. The Winions are gonna take this. That's game. That's a victory. The blue team claims the 2-1 victory in the best of 3 series here at Division 1 of Heroes Lounge. GG and well played.